Okay, this is Blaze from the Arts, Culture, and Us, and we're here today at one of our events, one of our annual events. This is the second annual event of Festival on 5th Street, and this year we have community health and awareness, and we also have skateboards, and one of the things we have, which is fantastic, and this gentleman's going to tell us about, is, what is this we have back here?
What you have behind here is a fire engine from 1902. And it's made by the American Fire Engine Company. And this fire engine that we're pulling out of the fire station today was in service in Reno. And it was lovingly restored by Mr. Dave Hubert, who's behind us here. And he is part of the California State Firemen's Association. And he travels all over the state with a steam engine and a team of horses representing the fire service.
That was a great answer, but this time let me start off with, what's your name again?
My name is Paul Schneider. I'm a captain on the LA County Fire Department. And I'm also a vice president of our fire museum.
You know, I understand that this might be the first time in a long time that one of these has come out of here. How long?
Yeah, well, this fire station was opened in 1910, and it had horses, and the horses made their last run out of this station in April of 1921. But it's been a very busy place. As Daniel, the caretaker, could tell you, it's been featured in many a movie. And in fact, there was a fire department movie filmed down in the downtown area back in the 70s, and they actually used this station.
So here we are. Paul was telling some interesting things. First of all, let's just say this is Daniel Teller.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what this event is today?
I'm Executive Director of Corporation for History, Art, and Culture, and this event is to celebrate the community, the emerging loft community, and the emerging recovery community here in downtown Los Angeles.
Okay. And Paul, tell us who this gentleman is also and about the rest of your family.
This is my bigger and older brother. This is my brother Howard. He's a Torrance fireman.
Hi, how are you?
Well, back in the day when this building was built, it was extremely expensive. I remember it was like $50,000 or $60,000 to build the structure, and back in 1910 it was an enormous amount of money. And they did a wonderful job, and that's what's so wonderful about the station today. It's full of all sorts of Italian tile and marble and Peruvian hardwoods, and the station's actually, if you go through it, it's an architectural wonder.
See, that's one of the primary reasons, I believe, why you're trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, because it's a valuable resource, and it's a jewel here in downtown area, and also because we want to create a cultural center here so that the community can have a way to come together and experience each other's ideas and produce stuff that's unique to this community for the public to view and to appreciate.
Okay, we're just about done. And when was the last time a horse-driven, what do you call this apparatus?
That's called a steam pumper, but back in the you would also just call it a fire engine or an engine. But the last time they had a horse-drawn alarm out of this station was in April of 1921.
Sir, do you know anything about this?
I certainly do. I know that this is a piece of history right now in the making today.
So it deserves to be renovated. And
yes, it does. We have a tendency to throw away our history. Here's a chance to preserve it.
Thank you very much. And your name?
I'm Howard Schneider.
Okay, Howard, I want to thank you. Paul, I want to thank you. Daniel, appreciate your time. And the next scene we'll see will be the horses coming out. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
The steam engine is about to take off, and we're just going to have the gentleman up here tell us a little bit about what they're doing.
My name is George Liblin, L-I-B-L-I-N, and we have a carriage company, and I was asked to pull this steamer some time ago, and I've made quite a few pulls with it, and it's really a pleasure to be up here pulling this steamer. It's just something different. It makes you feel good.
Who's that gentleman you're with?
This gentleman here is
Ron Newport. I'm a retired Orange County Fire Captain. I've been retired for 3 years. I've been on the steamer team for about 6 years.
Well, I know you guys are getting ready to go. You don't really use that whip, do you?
no, the whip is just pop sometimes. The sound of the whip is something that keeps the horse's attention. You know, if you're doing something wrong, just pop the whip and you howl his name, and he'll sure come to attention. No, we never whip a horse.
All right, gentlemen, I want to thank you very much. I'm going to step out here, and I can catch you when you come out in a minute or two.
Barbara Hubert, and today we're honoring the folks from LA who are going to be restoring this magnificent fire station. So what we thought we'd do is bring the horse-drawn steam fire engine out of the station just as it would have done over 100 years ago. There's a lot of training involved in what we have here today, like the three-horse hitch. Now this is the traditional fire hitch, and the reason there are 3 horses to it is because the fire engine weighs about 5 tons, so almost 10,000 pounds. So it always requires a draft horse hitch because any other horses wouldn't be big enough and they wouldn't be robust enough to pull the engine. In the olden days, about 100 years ago, what would happen is the horses in the fire station, they were all completely trained, and when the bell would go off, they actually would back up into the harness. The harness would drop down from the ceiling, and they'd harness them all up quickly, and so the steamer could get to the fire as fast as possible.
And so now, I notice you guys have a Dalmatian. Tell us about the connection of the Dalmatian with the horse-driven engines.
Okay, well, Dalmatians go way back in history. They've always been known as carriage dogs. Their carriage dogs are absolutely outstanding with horses. For multiple reasons. They were initially used back in England in the 1700s, and the fire department equipment, of course, was all horse-drawn, so it decided to adopt the dog that was the best with the horse teams. Now, one reason the Dalmatians were adopted is they can run very, very fast along with the carriages. The second reason is they're very good protectors of the horses, and when you get to the fire scene, as many of us know, horses get frightened of fire. So the firefighters would unhitch the horses and pull the horse team away from the fire, and the Dalmatian dog would stay with the horses and protect them.
Now, let me ask you, as you understand, Daniel Taylor and his organization, History Culture, they want to convert this old, precious building into something for a modern-day 21st century.
Right.
And you are contributing, doing that today. What do you think about that idea, this prestigious building?
Well, first of all, we're honored to be here to contribute to something that's this worthwhile. But what's really important is also not only helping others out, but being able to restore, to keep, to preserve something with the history that this station has is just fantastic. We're completely supportive of it, and we're going to do all we can to help them out.
Well, this was a great interview, Barbara. And your last name again?
My pleasure, Hubert.
Hubert.
Yeah,
and your husband's name?
My husband is Dave Hubert, and he restored the fire station.
You must go to a lot of nice events and meet a lot of nice people.
We do.
Hopefully like myself.
I was going to say, and I'm meeting one right now. Thanks
you very much. Thanks a lot. Blaze out.
Are we counting?